Another day is here. Right now, I don't want to move forward until these are done. And then we're going to uncover that machine later. That valve seal right there, if you look at the bottom of it, it's not touching. Watch, I can push it down low. See that? It bounces. But when I push it down on the top, look, they don't fit. It presses on the guide. Now, touching the guide is one thing, but pressing on the guide, I've taken apart a whole bunch of these engines. And I think these are rebranded Qualcast, I think. But I've taken apart a whole bunch of, especially Qualcast, which that was the old style before they made them encapsulated. But the old style had a metal ring on it, and they would be this tight, just like this. And then you'd wind up with the rubber up on the valve seal, not even on the guide anymore. I mean, granted, they probably did that for a reason, because they wanted to smash down there, and they're gonna bet that they have this rubber encapsulated good enough inside that metal to not come out. So this would be all good if we could guarantee that this rubber does not come out and float up on top of up on the stem. Because then we look here, and this is a part number. I mean, you can use these if you want. Go ahead and gamble if you want to. But due to intended use of the form affidavit makes no warranty express or implied, blah, 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 nothing. We will not take care of you for nothing. So, yeah, we will not be using those. Thank you very much. I mean, we have lots and lots of valve seals. Like, I don't even know how many valve seals we have. We have boxes and boxes of valve seals. We also have actual SBI valve seals right here. And, you know, every now and then, well, Chris's, that one up there, that one took 2 valve seals. So I used 2 valve seals out of the SBIs. And then I got those to replace them. These. Okay, yeah, first I got those. Those are wrong. I don't know what the heck those are 2.
Neither do they.
But then we got 2 of these to go with the kit of these. Well, I'm not going to use that. I'm not going to have 2 Qualcast ones lined up. So it looks like right now, Velpro is going to get the call for the valve seals. So let's just go ahead and abandon the JPW. And it looks like SBI also, because if we look at these SBI ones, let's see if they're changed. I don't think they are. The SBI valve seals really do not fit on the SBI guides. Oh, nope, they do. Okay. There were some, it might be the Velcro, open Velcro. I do remember that some of them, they just slid down on it. Okay, no, they all stay. All right. There was a run of SBIs that I put SBI guides in, which that's what these are. And then you drop the SBI valve seal on it, and it would just drop all the way down. There'd be no resistance at all holding it to the guide. So obviously they have, okay, either these are older seals, and this was before they had the problem, or this is after. But that's the metal ring I was talking about. SBI still uses that. Now, I think Qualcast would not have had to change their valve seals to encapsulate them if they had the right measurement distance of the valve guide. I think they went through that because they did see that they could not keep these on. Now, that's got to be because they're not the same freaking height. The bottom of the rubber in here, the bottom of that where it touches the valve guide is going to be higher on these than it is there. You can see that it's on it. Yeah. So let's press one of these on and see how it, well, no, we're going to use Velcro. We're not even going to use these because I only have 30 of these. So we'll revert back to the story. If you look at the inside, it's completely encapsulated, which is pretty freaking nice. I mean, maybe if that is filled with rubber and they have this, maybe we need to cut this open. Because if there is rubber on the inside of there, then it would have to break the lip of the rubber to let this break free. So, you know, I really don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Of course, there's only 2 squeegees, 2 points of scraping the oil off. How many does Velcro have?
A bunch.
A bunch. Okay. Velcro is just like SBI. Qualcast. Now I'm just thinking this is Qualcast. This was branded as JPW, but I think these are Qualcast. Just 2 though, but they're fat. You know, I'm not even saying, you know, these might be okay if the rubber is so encapsulated there, But if it does break right there, I mean, this is an engine. It's hot. It's pretty violent. It's got fast moving parts in it. So I'd rather not have it under tension right now at a failure item when this comes out. Okay, if we're gonna set stem heights, I use this little tool. This is an install tool. It's supposed to allows us to put the heads together. So I'm gonna go down here, touch off down on the bottom. This is a fairly accurate way of measuring. Go up here, that one's already 0. So you can hit set and set that at vertical 0, and it's 2 thousandths above. Because when it's floating, because I don't like to lock and unlock the table a bunch. So if I put it down there and I hit 0 while it's still floating, then it's 2 thousandths higher. So from here, while it's still unlocked, I go there, hit 0, come back up, it's still unlocked, and I set it right over there across the edge of it, and then I lock the head. Okay, now then spin this thing up. Now I've got a 0 measurement. I'm looking for 225 about. So I slam that up in there, and then I lower this down and just touch it. You barely feel it touch. Now go up there. Now we're at 2231, so we got about six to cut out. So I'll let that sit there, and we'll come over here. I need 6 out. Go up, touch it against it, just like that. Push that down. Kick it on, and now we're gonna take, I guess we can give you some light. We can take 6 thousandths out. So now we gotta kind of just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very imperfect science, but let's see how it works. Then come over here. I like to make sure I can knock that burr off. I don't want any burrs that's gonna get into that valve bridge. So now it's nice and smooth. So now Julie's gonna clean that up.
Yep.
Okay, it's cleaned up. Go down until it just touches off. I have not moved the head yet. Now look up here. 2224, 1 thousandths low, so I was 1 thousandths more than I thought. Good deal. And then I'll unlock the work head, leave the valve up in it, lower it down till it's centered on the spring seat. Centered on the spring seat, and then I'll lock the head. Pick this sucker up, throw our little seal thing on there, grab a valve seal. While holding the bottom of the valve, I just use this tool and go bam. Now the whole valve's on. There you go. Throw the spring and the keepers and locks. There you go. Throw that. 2 of these. Okay, let's try that. Normally, actually, Julie hands all this to me.
Yes, I do.
I don't do this myself. Well, I can. It's possible. Spin it around, and then when we lower this, if you have oil on your stem, the keepers, the locks will stick like that. Now I can just touch it. Go down a little bit. Bam, they lock in. A couple of little pushes. And then we come over here, go to the next one, start 0. Now let's just check real quick. Look up here. Where's 0 at? See right here, this one's 4 thousandths. Okay, so we're 4 thousandths up. Now watch this. Okay, I'll hit 0. So it's zeroed out right now. Now I'll hit float, shut it off. Now let's go down, and it's 2. So when the table is floating, you need to add 2 thousandths to the measurement. So I do that to keep, I don't want to lock the head down here, hit lock, and then hit 0, and then hit unlock and move it. That's just wearing the machine out. So we're just going to account for the 2. I'll go down here, touch off on 0, and then come over here, center it, and then I'll lock it. And that's the only time I lock it. There's 32 valves on this. That'll be 64 freaking locks and unlocks. There's only so many times we can do that. So now we'll grab the next valve, check for set, and 32 times. We'll be done in a minute. All right, well, we'll see. I mean, these are cracked cylinder heads too. They got cracks in the seats. Yeah, that'll work. Good deal.
Yep.
Now we're gonna completely transition. We're done with heads. Heads are ready to grab and put on the engine when it's in the chassis. So right now we're gonna come to this. Back over there to the side, finish final cleaning, get this crankshaft, camshaft. Let's start working on this freaking rotating assembly so we can get to these rods. All right, let's transition to here. Let's move everything. The heads are all the way finished. Sitting over there. So let's adjust this whole area so we can carry on. Something like this right here. Little engine assembly area. Yep, it has begun. Lifter bores lubed up. Piston cooling jets are going in right now. Oil galley plugs are the very first part to go on the truck, on the engine. Oil galleys, then lube up the lifter bores, then blue Loctite the piston cooling jets in. I'll spray the water out here until it gets hot. And we've got the final part. Camshaft. That right there is one hot cam, guys. Right there, that's a hot cam. We're gonna clean that off, get it ready for anything. I have not touched it until right now. It has not been cleaned. I looked at it, but we didn't do anything to it till right now. Just cleaned it, we're gonna put it back in. Let's blow it dry right now. There you go, all clean, ready to go. Lube it up. Shove it in the hole.